Part 2. Day 1. By nature. By nature. Write down. Write down. Get lost. Get lost. Inexpensive. Inexpensive. Platform. Platform. Posture. Posture. Shiny. Shiny. A bit of. A bit of. Body temperature. Body temperature. Boredom. Boredom. Decay. Decay. Delightful. Delightful. Diligent. Diligent. Feel free to. Feel free to. Have trouble in ing. Have trouble in ing. Have trouble ing. Have trouble ing. Housework. Housework. Plateau. Plateau. Sharply. Sharply. Digestive. Digestive. Get on. Get on. Reminder. Reminder. Rumor. Rumor. Analogy. Analogy. Before long. Before long. Empathy. Empathy. Violate. Violate. Accordingly. Accordingly. Attachment. Attachment. Criminal. Criminal. Dismiss. Dismiss. Nothing but. Nothing but. Personnel. Personnel. Cannot help but. Cannot help but. Crocodile. Crocodile. Cruise ship. Cruise ship. Comedian. Comedian. Obese. Obese. Octopus. Octopus. Identical twins. Identical twins. Sound like. Sound like. Violent. Violent. Chorus. Chorus. Copy machine. Copy machine. Courtesy. Courtesy. Fork. Fork. Inadequate. Inadequate. Tender. Tender. Be in trouble. Be in trouble. Invade. Invade. Paper bag. Paper bag. Security guard. Security guard. Detective. Detective. Foolish. Foolish. Gut. Gut. Secretly. Secretly. Virtual water. Virtual water. After a while. After a while. Tasty. Tasty. Amazingly. Amazingly. amusement, amusement. Disconnect, disconnect. Terribly, terribly. Burst into, burst into. Intercultural, intercultural. Lightning, lightning. Not, not. Prime, prime. Unwilling, unwilling. Bow, bow. Flame, flame. Pigeon, pigeon. Mother tongue, mother tongue. Outline, outline. Proudly, proudly. Run away, run away. Vice president, vice president. Worsen, worsen. Fulfillment, fulfillment. Homemade, homemade. Prisoner, prisoner. Turn in, turn in. Vendor, vendor. A little bit, a little bit. Break down, break down. Bud, bud. Diaper, diaper. Holder, holder. Infect, infect. Interference, interference. Nursery, nursery. Radical, radical. Shortly, shortly. Transformation, transformation. Additionally, additionally. Automatic, automatic. Awake, awake. Barrel, barrel. Celebrity, celebrity. Chin, chin. Conserve, conserve. Conserve, conserve. Part 2. Day 2. Densely, densely. Unscheduled, unscheduled. Footstep, footstep. For sale, for sale. For this reason, for this reason. Genetically, genetically. Graduation, graduation. Grave, grave. Have a tendency to, have a tendency to. Headquarters, headquarters. In the absence of, in the absence of. Knowledgeable, knowledgeable. Litter, litter. Mistakenly, mistakenly. Predetermine, predetermine. Prosper, prosper. Refuge, refuge. Renewed, renewed. Sociable, sociable. stir, stir. Elsewhere, elsewhere. Embryo, embryo. Stand up, stand up. Right after, right after. Arrow, arrow. Elbow, elbow. Observatory, observatory. Restless, restless. Get along with, get along with. Succeed in, succeed in. Take a step, take a step. Thieve, thieve. Avenue, avenue. Be linked to, be linked to. Cliché, cliché. Friendliness, friendliness. Heel, heel. Kite, kite. Leave a message, leave a message. Motorcycle, motorcycle. Organizer, organizer. At the top of, at the top of. Doubtful, doubtful. Lie down, lie down. Lose weight, lose weight. Loyal, loyal. Patrol, patrol. Sauce, sauce. Sign language, sign language. Special effect, special effect. Canvas, canvas. Dairy, dairy. Dip, dip. Fasten, fasten. For the most part, for the most part. Ounce, ounce. Publicly, publicly. Rehearsal, rehearsal. Spotlight, spotlight. Therapy, therapy. Turn off, turn off. Affirmative, affirmative. A be followed by B. A be followed by B. Impatient, impatient. Inference, inference. Line up, line up. Not quite, not quite. Nursing home, nursing home. Short term, short term. Take action, take action. Than usual, than usual. Siren, siren. Be known for, be known for. Calm down, calm down. Contagious, contagious. Crude, crude. Distinguish between, distinguish between. Fictional, fictional. Forage, forage. Go into, go into. Handmade, handmade. Immunize, immunize, loser, loser, masterpiece, masterpiece, valve, valve, solely, solely, terrific, terrific, welcoming, welcoming, beard, beard, clarity, clarity, comparable, comparable, contaminate, contaminate, dawn, dawn, flap, flap, immigration, immigration, luxurious, luxurious, put up, put up, resentment, resentment, revision, revision, seize, seize. Part 2. Day 3. Specimen, specimen, spoonful, spoonful, sunset, sunset, supportive, supportive, time-consuming, time-consuming, trauma, trauma, turn into, turn into, unemployed, unemployed, drop in, drop in, asteroid, asteroid, ejective, ejective, fireworks display, fireworks display, hard-boiled, hard-boiled, backpacker, backpacker, be in danger, be in danger, blaze, blaze, boycott, boycott, chronic, chronic, in every way, in every way, loudly, loudly, non-profit, non-profit, on fire, on fire, agree to, agree to, caravan, caravan, orbit, orbit, per capita, per capita, pregnant, pregnant, spike, spike, allowance, allowance, bring back, bring back, chapter, chapter, common sense, common sense, cut down on, cut down on, cut down, cut down, diligence, diligence, fold, fold, for sure, for sure, from a distance, from a distance, generator, generator, go along with, go along with, go along, go along, greed, greed, officially, officially, consonant, consonant. Driving force, driving force. Sniff, sniff. Distrust, distrust. Explode, explode. Grassland, grassland. Grateful for, grateful for. Have a chance, have a chance. Humid, humid. Inherit, inherit. Loose, loose. Lottery, lottery. Broth, broth. Acknowledged, acknowledged. Turn to, turn to. Unclear, unclear. Bathtub, bathtub. Big day, big day. Epidemic, epidemic. Icelandic, Icelandic. Orphan, orphan. Politely, politely. Toothbrush, toothbrush. Accuse, accuse. As many as, as many as. As usual, as usual. Be accustomed to, be accustomed to. Caregiver, caregiver. Counseling, counseling. Day to day, day to day. Disposable, disposable. Due date, due date. Eagerly, eagerly. Every single, every single. Glimpse, glimpse. Go up, go up. In essence, in essence. In the long run, in the long run. Nutritious, nutritious. On a regular basis, on a regular basis. On one's feet, on one's feet. Picture, picture. Scope, scope. Simplify, simplify. Way out, way out. A range of, a range of. Arrest, arrest. Bang, bang. Be of use, be of use. Clown, clown. Come over, come over. Degree in, degree in. Grind, grind. Hardly ever, hardly ever. Historic, historic. Inland, inland. Inland, inland. Locker, locker. Lord, Lord. Misguide, misguide. Part 2. Day 4. Move on to, move on to. pleasing, pleasing. Refill, 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 refill. Scrap, scrap. Specially, specially. To some degree, to some degree. Try on, try on. 2/3, 2/3. Unfortunate, unfortunate. Volunteer work, volunteer work. And so forth, and so forth. Anniversary, anniversary. Aroma, aroma. Be consistent with, be consistent with. Be equal to, be equal to. Stinging, stinging. Brochure, brochure. Can't wait, can't wait. Seize, seize. Cluster, cluster. Conception, conception. Correction, correction. Course of action, course of action. Crave, crave. Credible, credible. Deepen, deepen. Disappearance, disappearance. Disapproval, disapproval. Embed, embed. Empathetic, empathetic. Enforce, enforce. Exclusion, exclusion. Eyewitness, eyewitness. Formula, formula. Frown, frown. Iceberg, iceberg. Imprison, imprison. In isolation, in isolation. Instructional, instructional. Invader, invader. Jet lag, jet lag. Knitting, knitting. Lengthen, lengthen. Linguistic, linguistic. Make it two, make it two. Mentality, mentality. Minority, minority. Motivational, motivational. Midday, midday. Pros and cons, pros and cons. Pulse, pulse. Residence, residence. Rub, rub. Rude, rude. Subscription, subscription. Take a break, take a break. Texture, texture. Tourist attraction, tourist attraction. Woodland, woodland. Sweet potato, sweet potato. Bladder, bladder. In a different way, in a different way. Pork, pork. Power source, power source. Canyon, canyon. Grammar, grammar. Immediately after, immediately after. Collaborate, collaborate. Get together, get together. Physiology, physiology. Catch a cold, catch a cold. Clap, clap. Eat out, eat out. Ghost, ghost. Obsession, obsession. Outage, outage. Overconfidence, overconfidence. Pass on, pass on. Plantation, plantation. Alternate, alternate. Alternate, alternate. Bathe, bathe. Minnow, minnow. Birth rate, birth rate. Cabinet, cabinet. Collect from, collect from. Fatty, fatty. Give it a try, give it a try. Go around, go around. Budding, budding. Hang out, hang out. Later on, later on. Litter, litter. Make a difference, make a difference. Noodle, noodle. Quality time, quality time. Romance, romance. Astronomical, astronomical. Bribe, bribe. Build on, build on. Correspond to, correspond to. Part 2. Day 5. Cough, cough. Courageous, courageous. Crude oil, crude oil. Day off, day off. Diner, diner. For its own sake, for its own sake. Grocery shopping, grocery shopping. Hand in hand, hand in hand. In a rush, in a rush. In between, in between. In return for, in return for. Innocence, innocence. Insecure, insecure. Interior, interior. It turns out that, it turns out that. Likeness, likeness. Literacy, literacy. Mindset, mindset. Nowhere, nowhere. Breathe in, breathe in. Outstanding, outstanding. Refrigeration, refrigeration. rivalry, rivalry. Admiration, admiration. Advent, advent. Allergic, allergic. Antelope, antelope. At ease, at ease. Authentic, authentic. Awaken, awaken. Baseline, baseline. Be bound to, be bound to. Be convinced that, be convinced that. Be familiar to, be familiar to. Break in, break in. Break out, break out. Business trip, business trip. Cause and effect, cause and effect. Chop, chop. Civil war, civil war. Come across, come across. Come down, come down. Disadvantage, disadvantage. Compliment, compliment. Compliment, compliment. Contempt, contempt. Customary, customary. Displeasure, displeasure. Dose, dose. Endlessly, endlessly. Wildfire, wildfire. Filmmaker, filmmaker. Fin, fin. By the way, by the way. Glance at, glance at. Heartily, heartily. Immoral, immoral. Impolite, impolite. In a sense, in a sense. In the habit of, in the habit of. In total, in total. Inequality, inequality. Ironic, ironic. Make a decision, make a decision. Objection, objection. On either side, on either side. In reverse, in reverse. Overlap, overlap. Overlap, overlap. Pay off, pay off. Reconstruction, reconstruction. Recreate, recreate. Refugee, refugee. Reindeer, reindeer. Renaissance, renaissance. Adrenaline, adrenaline. Secretary, secretary. Self-interest, self-interest. Sheriff, sheriff. Spyglass, spyglass. Twinkle, twinkle. Womb, womb. Tone of voice, tone of voice. Temper, temper. To be honest with you, to be honest with you. To be honest. To be honest. Tray. Tray. Ultraviolet. Ultraviolet. Up close. Up close. Fingertip. Fingertip. Vending machine. Vending machine. Applaud. Applaud. Be unwilling to. Be unwilling to. Etiquette. Etiquette. Hydropower. Hydropower. Hypnosis. Hypnosis. In one's way. In one's way. Make out of. Make out of. Out of order. Out of order. Pledge. Pledge. Pocket money. Pocket money. Silversmith. Silversmith. Skyscraper. Skyscraper. Part 2. Day 6. Richness. Richness. Mayor. Mayor. All the way. All the way. Critically. Critically. Equivalent. Equivalent. Gift certificate. Gift certificate. Environmentalist. Environmentalist. Get off. Get off. Cashier. Cashier. Claw. Claw. Expansion. Expansion. Faculty. Faculty. Impose. Impose. Perceptual. Perceptual. Repay. Repay. Thereby. Thereby. Transition. Transition. Feet. Feet. Inability. Inability. Inefficient. Inefficient. Inquiry. Inquiry. Pin. Pin. Receipt. Receipt. Recruit. Recruit. Sincere. Sincere. So far. So far. Soap. Soap. Anything else. Anything else. Breakthrough. Breakthrough. Coastal. Coastal. Creator. Creator. Enroll. Enroll. Exclusive. Exclusive. Hemisphere. Hemisphere. Illegal. Illegal. Infectious. Infectious. Magnificent. Magnificent. Magnitude. Magnitude. Pneumatic. Pneumatic. Salary. Salary. Spice. Spice. Youngster. Youngster. antibiotic, antibiotic. Be similar to, be similar to. Bin, bin. Hatred, hatred. Be in charge of, be in charge of. Magical, magical. Obsess, obsess. Outlet, outlet. Servant, servant. Shine, shine. Step back, step back. Temple, temple. Abundance, abundance. Bring about, bring about. Crack, crack. Finish line, finish line. Hinder, hinder. Hostile, hostile. Implication, implication. Intimate, intimate. Intimate, intimate. Let go of, let go of. Mutually, mutually. Neat, neat. Relaxation, relaxation. Reliance, reliance. Slide, slide. Take place, take place. Vibrate, vibrate. Visually, visually. Adjust to, adjust to. Adversity, adversity. Avoidance, avoidance. Campsite, campsite. Chaos, chaos. Coordinate, coordinate. Coordinate, coordinate. Culturally, culturally. Departure, departure. Dimension, dimension. Flesh, flesh. Gender role, gender role. Hardware, hardware. Incorrect, incorrect. Inhabit, inhabit. Integrate, integrate. Live on, live on. Livestock, livestock. Memorize, memorize. Receptor, receptor. Retina, retina. Submission, submission. Sue, sue. Vigorous, vigorous. Quartz, quartz. Imperial, imperial. Pebble, pebble. Navigation, navigation. Settler, settler. Stressed out, stressed out. Part 2. Day 7. Take over, take over. quote, quote. Self-image, self-image. Groom, groom. Be satisfied with, be satisfied with. Breastfeed, breastfeed. Commodity, commodity. Elite, elite. Fresh water, fresh water. May well, may well. Tolerate, tolerate. Advisor, advisor. Availability, availability. Comparatively, comparatively. Gymnastic, gymnastic. Leisurely, leisurely. Make a reservation, make a reservation. Sorrow, sorrow. Substitute for, substitute for. Ban, ban. Slavery, slavery. Sting, sting. Terrify, terrify. A bunch of, a bunch of. Acquisition, acquisition. Alongside, alongside. Alpine, alpine. Be free of, be free of. Cautious, cautious. Commander, commander. Cooperate, cooperate. Folktale, folktale. In effect, in effect. Microphone, microphone. Point out, point out. Rainforest, rainforest. Sword, sword. Vacuum cleaner, vacuum cleaner. Viewpoint, viewpoint. Accommodate, accommodate. Array, array. Exclaim, exclaim. Face to face, face to face. Hasty, hasty. Optimism, optimism. Rotation, rotation. Self-control, self-control. Teenage, teenage. Textile, textile. Unintentionally, unintentionally. Wildly, wildly. Eyesight, eyesight. Flourish, flourish. Forehead, forehead. Of all time, of all time. Base, base. Bass, bass. Be made up of, be made up of. Bundle, bundle. Borrow, borrow. Compensate for, compensate for. Flounder, flounder. Constructive, constructive. creatively, creatively. Disposal, disposal. Energize, energize. Framework, framework. Furnish, furnish. Glory, glory. Handicap, handicap. Hut, hut. Indication, indication. Interest rate, interest rate. Keep up with, keep up with. Mutation, mutation. Notable, notable. Objectively, objectively. Practically, practically. Regain, regain. Representative, representative. Software, software. Spacious, spacious. Starvation, starvation. Stepping stone, stepping stone. Suck, suck. Superiority, superiority. Suspicion, suspicion. Temporarily, temporarily. Transit, transit. Accidental, accidental. Account for, account for. Adulthood, adulthood. Apologetic, apologetic. Aspiration, aspiration. Atom, atom. Better at, better at. Call out, call out. Carrying capacity, carrying capacity. Chronological, chronological. Column, column. Comprehend, comprehend. Part 2, Day 8. Deceive, deceive. Decisive, decisive. Devastate, devastate. Disabled, disabled. Echo, echo. First hand, first hand. Flaw, flaw. Grace, grace. In search of, in search of. Initiate, initiate. Machinery, machinery. Minimal, minimal. Offense, offense. On the edge of, on the edge of. Qualify, qualify. Realm, realm. Sharpen, sharpen. Silently, silently. So as to, so as to. So far as, so far as. Stink, stink. Supporter, supporter. Tribal, tribal. unlock, unlock. Vague, vague. Earthworm, earthworm. Simulation, simulation. Thorn, thorn. Brush one's teeth, brush one's teeth. Capital letter, capital letter. Extracurricular, extracurricular. Human resources, human resources. Informal, informal. Martial arts, martial arts. Punch, punch. Spear, spear. Carpet, carpet. E-commerce, e-commerce. Analyst, analyst. Database, database. Forager, forager. Insert, insert. Jog, jog. Persistence, persistence. Raincoat, raincoat. Sleeve, sleeve. Spray, spray. Strictly, strictly. Unfair, unfair. Worthy, worthy. Zookeeper, zookeeper. Dumb, dumb. Forgetfulness, forgetfulness. Raise money, raise money. Digit, digit. Turn on, turn on. Be stuck in, be stuck in. Blindness, blindness. City hall, city hall. Cottage, cottage. Eternal, eternal. Heritage, heritage. Inactive, inactive. Integrity, integrity. Mediate, mediate. Microscope, microscope. Over here, over here. Playful, playful. Raid, raid. Seek out, seek out. Shield, shield. Slight, slight. Stand by, stand by. Approximate, approximate. Approximate, approximate. Stun, stun. Take in, take in. Temptation, temptation. Accelerate, accelerate. Effective, effective. At risk, at risk. Awkward, awkward. Be independent of, be independent of. Bucket, bucket. Compete for, compete for. Cut out, cut out. freshness, freshness. Fraction, fraction. Gambler, gambler. Greatness, greatness. Interviewer, interviewer. Layout, layout. Live up to, live up to. Manage to, manage to. Marvelous, marvelous. Monopoly, monopoly. Rediscover, rediscover. Register for, register for. Sneaker, sneaker. Turn out, turn out. Bulb, bulb. Part 2, Day 9. Committee, committee. Primary school, primary school. Affair, affair. Be subject to, be subject to. Blur, blur. Camouflage, camouflage. Choke, choke. Climatic, climatic. Comprehension, comprehension. Confine, confine. Oversee, oversee. Dignity, dignity. Dispute, dispute. Edible, edible. Enclose, enclose. Fallacy, fallacy. Free of charge, free of charge. Friction, friction. Impulsive, impulsive. Infer, infer. Infinite, infinite. Intentional, intentional. Irrigation, irrigation. Operator, operator. Peasant, peasant. Poetic, poetic. Questionnaire, questionnaire. Reach for, reach for. Reassure, reassure. Recollection, recollection. Reconsider, reconsider. Respective, respective. Simplified, simplified. Solemn, solemn. Stall, stall. Strangely, strangely. Therapist, therapist. Trivial, trivial. Uniqueness, uniqueness. Vividly, vividly. Westerner, westerner. All but, all but. Anthropology, anthropology. At one's disposal, at one's disposal. At the expense of, at the expense of. auctioneer, auctioneer. Authorize, authorize. Avian, avian. Carriage, carriage. Classified, classified. Color, color. Conform, conform. Convention, convention. Correspondence, correspondence. Deceptive, deceptive. Deliberate, deliberate. Deliberate, deliberate. Democracy, democracy. Diffusion, diffusion. Distort, distort. Drawback, drawback. Dread, dread. Dual, dual. Enlighten, enlighten. Evaporate, evaporate. Excel, excel. Feast, feast. Flee, flee. Fundamentally, fundamentally. Intact, intact. Integral, integral. Intellectual property, intellectual property. Intensely, intensely. Intensive, intensive. Invariably, invariably. Keen, keen. Labor force, labor force. Magnify, magnify. Maneuver, maneuver. Marketplace, marketplace. Measurable, measurable. Nasty, nasty. On the one hand, on the one hand. Opposition, opposition. Optimal, optimal. Orchard, orchard. Elderly, elderly. Paralyze, paralyze. Patch, patch. Permanently, permanently. Pie chart, pie chart. Rationality, rationality. Recipient, recipient. Result from, result from. Retreat, retreat. Retrieve, retrieve. Satisfactory, satisfactory. Shorten, shorten. Someday, someday. Sufficiently, sufficiently. Supervision, supervision. Part 2. Day 10. Worthless, worthless. Cinnamon, cinnamon. Maze, maze. Tournament, tournament. Were, were, sight, sight, distasteful, distasteful, eyelid, eyelid, revolutionary, revolutionary, translator, translator, tuna, tuna, wagon, wagon, deed, deed, eyebrow, eyebrow, run into, run into, annually, annually, assert, assert, bad luck, bad luck, bid, bid, brightly, brightly, clinical, clinical, compete with, compete with, controversial, controversial, daytime, daytime, diploma, diploma, dumpster, dumpster, electronic device, electronic device, energy efficient, energy efficient, environmentally friendly, environmentally friendly, erupt, erupt, exaggerate, exaggerate, humility, humility, impressionist, impressionist, in one's favor, in one's favor, informative, informative, luggage, luggage, microorganism, microorganism, niche, niche, prescription, prescription, privately, privately, stiff, stiff, triple, triple, tumble, tumble, volcano, volcano, antenna, antenna, at random, at random, be located in, be located in, cut back on, cut back on, cut back, cut back, fortunate, fortunate, get used to, get used to, hiker, hiker, jealousy, jealousy, muddy, muddy, wipe, wipe, would rather, would rather, be obsessed with, be obsessed with, chilly, chilly, look into, look into, positivity, positivity, soft drink, soft drink, antisocial, antisocial, appoint, appoint, beloved, 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 breeze, breeze, bull, bull, cancellation, cancellation. Developer, developer. Encyclopedia, encyclopedia. Equator, equator. Establishment, establishment. Facility, facility. Federal, federal. Finite, finite. Fireplace, fireplace. Generalist, generalist. Gross, gross. Headscarf, headscarf. If only, if only. Immerse, immerse. In no time, in no time. Indirect, indirect. Infectious disease, infectious disease. Jewelry, jewelry. Limitless, limitless. Migratory, migratory. Occupation, occupation. Overtake, overtake. Pastoral, pastoral. Play on, play on. Prescribe, prescribe. Progressive, progressive. Proportional, proportional. Purely, purely. Quest, quest. Run for, run for. Segment, segment. Shadow, shadow. Shiver, shiver. Spatial, spatial. Stationary, stationary. Part 2. Day 11. Terrain, terrain. Uncertain, uncertain. Vegetarian, vegetarian. Cork, cork. Annoyance, annoyance. Blast, blast. Calmness, calmness. Come up, come up. Crush, crush. Desperation, desperation. Discharge, discharge. Discharge, discharge. Disturbance, disturbance. Drought, drought. Flower, flower. Inject, inject. It depends on, it depends on. Look after, look after. Man-made, man-made. Naturalist, naturalist. Nervous system, nervous system. On sale, on sale. Premium, premium. Propel, propel. Radically, radically. registration fee, registration fee. Safeguard, safeguard. Selfishness, selfishness. Topping, topping. Situate, situate. Spread out, spread out. Stand for, stand for. Underneath, underneath. Vice versa, vice versa. Violation, violation. Volcanic, volcanic. Walk through, walk through. Wrestle, wrestle. Accordance, accordance. Add to, add to. Alien, alien. Ambiguity, ambiguity. Ambulance, ambulance. Around the globe, around the globe. At all costs, at all costs. Awe, awe. Cholera, cholera. Conceptual, conceptual. Counterpart, counterpart. Definite, definite. Descend, descend. Devour, devour. Dictate, dictate. Discrimination, discrimination. Durable, durable. Dynasty, dynasty. Elegant, elegant. Energetic, energetic. Entail, entail. Exclusively, exclusively. Famine, famine. Foam, foam. Relate to, relate to. Glacier, glacier. Go beyond, go beyond. Governor, governor. Grocer, grocer. Hierarchy, hierarchy. Hold on to, hold on to. Humankind, humankind. Imaginable, imaginable. Immune system, immune system. Imprint, imprint. Imprint, imprint. In detail, in detail. Indispensable, indispensable. Inhibit, inhibit. Intimacy, intimacy. Kettle, kettle. Legitimate, 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 legitimate. Notably, notably. Offender, offender. Pastime, pastime. Predatory, predatory. Proposal, proposal. Racial, racial, rack, rack, razor, razor, rearrange, rearrange, recyclable, recyclable, repetitive, repetitive, sarcastic, sarcastic, selectively, selectively, silly, silly, solvent, solvent, statue, statue, sturdy, sturdy, take it easy, take it easy, the other day, the other day, unrealistic, unrealistic, verb, verb, walk away, walk away. Part 2. Day 12. Walker, walker, warrior, warrior, withdraw, withdraw, worship, worship, acronym, acronym, aquafarm, aquafarm, browser, browser, hardwood, hardwood, limb, limb, longitude, longitude, marsh, marsh, monologue, monologue, multinational, multinational, romanticism, romanticism, beware, beware, blood vessel, blood vessel, forum, forum, from now on, from now on, gadget, gadget, hydration, hydration, in any case, in any case, landmark, landmark, ministry, ministry, moderation, moderation, modification, modification, multipurpose, multipurpose, once upon a time, once upon a time, openness, openness, patiently, patiently, plunge, plunge, resume, 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 retiree, retiree, run away, run away, diarrhea, diarrhea, hunter-gatherer, hunter-gatherer, nagging, nagging, peacefully, peacefully, accountant, accountant, agony, agony, awful, awful, be overcome by, be overcome by, be referred to as, Be referred to as. Belly, belly. Billboard, billboard. Car insurance, car insurance. Causal, causal. Ceremonial, ceremonial. Colonist, colonist. Comparative, comparative. Complementary, complementary. Conversational, conversational. Downstairs, downstairs. Generation gap, generation gap. Gleam, gleam. Grammatical, grammatical. Uniquely, uniquely. In case of, in case of. In comparison with, in comparison with. Industrial revolution, industrial revolution. Irrational, irrational. Keep up, keep up. Breathtaking, breathtaking. Let alone, let alone. Now that, now that. Out of control, out of control. Popularize, popularize. Primate, primate. Primate, primate. Public health, public health. Reclaim, reclaim. Reflex, reflex. Reside, reside. Resignation, resignation. Riches, riches. Alternatively, alternatively. As a matter of fact, as a matter of fact. Autobiography, autobiography. Be unrelated to, be unrelated to. Break down, break down. Briefcase, briefcase. Handshake, handshake. Classify, classify. Come true, come true. Despite the fact that, despite the fact that. Drop out, drop out. Find a solution, find a solution. First of all, first of all. 4 hours, 4 hours. Kit, kit. Lifespan, lifespan. Make a living, make a living. Make sense, make sense. Memorable, memorable. Movie director, movie director. Muscular, muscular. Nationwide, nationwide. Extra inning game, extra inning game. Psychic, psychic. Reckless, reckless. Reframe, reframe. Sack, sack. Part 2. Day 13. Aboriginal. Aboriginal. Adaptive. Adaptive. Advantageous. Advantageous. Aggression. Aggression. Aim to. Aim to. Applause. Applause. Arrogant. Arrogant. Astonishment. Astonishment. Attribute A to B. Attribute A to B. Autonomy. Autonomy. Blindfold. Blindfold. Brainstorming. Brainstorming. Brightness. Brightness. Burial. Burial. Canal. Canal. Cigarette. Cigarette. Veil. Veil. Distinguish oneself. Distinguish oneself. Companionship. Companionship. Conceive. Conceive. Conscientious. Conscientious. Consent. Consent. Continental. Continental. Counteract. Counteract. Cozy. Cozy. Craftsman. Craftsman. Cupboard. Cupboard. Delete. Delete. Diameter. Diameter. Diversify. Diversify. Dreadful. Dreadful. Droplet. Droplet. Earthly. Earthly. Emergence. Emergence. Envision. Envision. Erode. Erode. Explicitly. Explicitly. Exploitation. Exploitation. Externally. Externally. First aid. First aid. For the sake of. For the sake of. Gossip. Gossip. Habitual. Habitual. Hallmark. Hallmark. Hand down. Hand down. Hardware store. Hardware store. Harness. Harness. Heroic. Heroic. Idealize. Idealize. Hectare. Hectare. In operation. In operation. In this regard. In this regard. In action. In action. Incapable. Incapable. Incorrectly. Incorrectly. Inefficiency. Inefficiency. Well-rounded. Well-rounded. Insist on. Insist on. Internally. Internally. Interpreter. Interpreter. intruder, intruder. Invasion, invasion. Inventory, inventory. Irritable, irritable. Liberty, liberty. Logically, logically. Cement, cement. Loom, loom. Loop, loop. Lure, lure. Make the most of, make the most of. Mankind, mankind. Mastery, mastery. Moving company, moving company. Neutrality, neutrality. No later than, no later than. Not merely A but also B. Not merely A but also B. Not merely A but B. Not merely A but B. Olfactory, olfactory. On demand, on demand. Ordinarily, ordinarily. Ornament, 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 ornament. Outlook, outlook. Hawk, hawk. Perish, perish. Go out of one's way, go out of one's way. Presumably, presumably. Prevalent, prevalent. Priest, priest. Profoundly, profoundly. Projector, projector. Proportional to, proportional to. Provider, provider. Undernourishment, undernourishment. Wrinkle, wrinkle. Sewage, sewage. Subgroup, subgroup. Transmitter, transmitter. Trillion, trillion. Trumpet, trumpet. Upcoming, upcoming. Part 2. Day 14. Withstand, withstand. Worm, worm. Warmth, warmth. Willingness, willingness. Underestimate, underestimate. Underestimate, underestimate. Weed, weed. Workout, workout. Thunder, thunder. Witness, witness. Thermal, thermal. Toll, toll. Take on, take on. Acceptance, acceptance. Acquaintance, acquaintance. Advocate, advocate. Advocate, advocate. Be essential to, be essential to. Bodily, bodily. brand new, brand new. Calculator, calculator. Depart, depart. Depict, depict. Disgust, disgust. Get up, get up. Handwriting, handwriting. Historically, historically. Hopeless, hopeless. In itself, in itself. Keep in mind, keep in mind. Medicinal, medicinal. Occasional, occasional. Outweigh, outweigh. Renowned, renowned. Set out, set out. Shrink, shrink. Spontaneous, spontaneous. Take advantage of, take advantage of. Uncertainty, uncertainty. Vertical, vertical. Assemble, assemble. Boil, boil. Come with, come with. Desperately, desperately. Disastrous, disastrous. Estate, estate. In a row, in a row. Indifference, indifference. Laptop, laptop. Medieval, medieval. Raisin, raisin. Politeness, politeness. Qualification, qualification. Regulate, regulate. Sailing, sailing. Sensory, sensory. Sociologist, sociologist. Spectator, spectator. Stimulation, stimulation. Utilize, utilize. Appliance, appliance. Bent, bent. Democratic, democratic. Department store, department store. Differ from, differ from. Fairy tale, fairy tale. Ineffective, ineffective. Junk, junk. Public transportation, public transportation. Realization, realization. Reflect on, reflect on. Roar, roar. Search engine, search engine. Seasonal, seasonal. Sticker, sticker. Systematic, systematic. Adapt to, adapt to. Biography, biography. Calmly, calmly. Discomfort, discomfort. Dwell, dwell. Expend, expend. Lightness, lightness. Graceful, graceful. Illuminate, illuminate. In person, in person. Rejection, rejection. Sorrowful, sorrowful. Straw, straw. With respect, with respect. Be famous for, be famous for. Cabin, cabin. Corrupt, corrupt. Cuisine, cuisine. Dare, dare. Trademark, trademark. Gratitude, gratitude. Leave out, leave out. On behalf of, on behalf of. Overseas, overseas. Revive, revive. Sustainable, sustainable. Part 2. Day 15. Thrive, thrive. Vivid, vivid. Contrary to, contrary to. Get back to, get back to. Get back, get back. Hurry up, hurry up. Life cycle, life cycle. Locally, locally. Negatively, negatively. Shame, shame. As far as, as far as. Assembly, assembly. Assertive, assertive. Be replaced by, be replaced by. Destiny, destiny. Asphalt, asphalt. Hierarchical, hierarchical. Initiative, initiative. Jaywalking, jaywalking. Justify, justify. Meadow, meadow. Permafrost, permafrost. Preservation, preservation. Retention, retention. Superficial, superficial. Tomb, tomb. Transmission, transmission. Commute, commute. Contamination, contamination. Intervention, intervention. Lag, lag. Ongoing, ongoing. Reef, reef. Resolution, resolution. Soar, soar. Unconsciously, unconsciously. Spelling, spelling. Appeal to, appeal to. Be worried about, be worried about. collaboration, collaboration. Cruel, cruel. Cut off, cut off. Electrical, electrical. Elevate, elevate. Flashlight, flashlight. For the purpose of, for the purpose of. Greedy, greedy. Halt, halt. In the face of, in the face of. In face of, in face of. In most cases, in most cases. Outward, outward. Industrialize, industrialize. Inward, inward. Kidnap, kidnap. Fatal, fatal. Opposing, opposing. Overload, overload. Overload, overload. Renown, renown. Reschedule, reschedule. Short story, short story. Soul, soul. Underside, underside. Unsuccessful, unsuccessful. Ankle, ankle. Boom, boom. Cable, cable. Champion, champion. Digest, digest. Digest, digest. Disability, disability. Drift, drift. Eco-friendly, eco-friendly. Engagement, engagement. Even so, even so. Look around, look around. Miracle, miracle. On the side, on the side. Politician, politician. Swiftly, swiftly. Throw away, throw away. Unrelated, unrelated. Voluntary, voluntary. Wrist, wrist. Alternative energy, alternative energy. Be made of, be made of. Diagnosis, diagnosis. Different in, different in. Enrich, enrich. Gaze, gaze. Luxury, luxury. Make sense of, make sense of. Mechanic, mechanic. Nurture, nurture. On the surface, on the surface. Print out, print out. Unacceptable, unacceptable. Enclosure, enclosure. Altogether, altogether. Be tempted to, be tempted to. Charm, charm. Cliff, cliff. conservative, conservative. Part 2. Day 16. Driver's license, driver's license. Escape from, escape from. Experiment with, experiment with. Food chain, food chain. Imbalance, imbalance. Imperfect, imperfect. Ironically, ironically. Misfortune, misfortune. Nail, nail. Outdated, outdated. Pale, pale. Remarkably, remarkably. Step in, step in. Undoubtedly, undoubtedly. Weather forecast, weather forecast. Administer, administer. Again and again, again and again. Attribute to, attribute to. Autograph, autograph. Blood donation, blood donation. Bouquet, bouquet. Crosswalk, crosswalk. Crystal, crystal. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Deprivation, deprivation. Earnings, earnings. Embrace, embrace. Evoke, evoke. Formally, formally. Implement, 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 implement. Inherently, inherently. Lever, lever. Liberal, liberal. Look up, look up. Moderately, moderately. Muscle fiber, muscle fiber. Proven, proven. Ratio, ratio. Rectangular, rectangular. Restoration, restoration. Riddle, riddle. Time zone, time zone. Tuition fee, tuition fee. Voter, voter. Uncover, uncover. Wilderness, wilderness. Accommodation, accommodation. Anxiously, anxiously. Asset, asset. Be confronted with, be confronted with. Be confronted by, be confronted by. Browse, browse. Categorize, categorize. Combat, combat. Combat, combat. Copper, copper. Deception, deception. Excellence, excellence, excitedly, excitedly, format, format, fragile, fragile, give a ride, give a ride, immense, immense, imply, imply, inborn, inborn, irritation, irritation, major in, major in, misery, misery, natural resources, natural resources, old-fashioned, old-fashioned, resistant to, resistant to, ripe, ripe, fig, fig, sociology, sociology, speechless, speechless, startle, startle, syllable, syllable, synthetic, synthetic, take a walk, take a walk, teamwork, teamwork, unattractive, unattractive, universally, universally, vocal, vocal, appetite, appetite, application form, application form, back up, back up, be tired of, be tired of, brilliance, brilliance, building material, building material, catalog, catalog, catch up with, catch up with, daily routine, daily routine, detach, detach, discard, 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 ethics, ethics, fertile, fertile, fountain, fountain, fragment, fragment, lethal, lethal, hike, hike, ignorance, ignorance, incomplete, incomplete. Part 2. Day 17. Linguist, linguist, nuance, nuance, on the whole, on the whole, radiation, radiation, real estate, real estate, recommendation, recommendation, ridiculous, ridiculous, scenery, scenery, senior citizen, senior citizen, span, span, spend time, spend time, spiritual, spiritual, swollen, swollen, turn up, turn up, upright, upright, vastly, vastly. Waterfall, waterfall. Admission fee, admission fee. Affordable, affordable. Businessman, businessman. Buyer, buyer. Closet, closet. Dishwasher, dishwasher. Dissatisfy, dissatisfy. Frontier, frontier. Frost, frost. Heighten, heighten. In relation to, in relation to. Individually, individually. Insult, 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 insult. Lately, lately. Legacy, legacy. Longevity, longevity. Move away from, move away from. Overwork, 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 overwork. Pillow, pillow. Preview, preview. Subsequently, subsequently. Usefulness, usefulness. Wreck, wreck. Accumulation, accumulation. Align, align. Barren, barren. Biologically, biologically. Blood donor, blood donor. Brick, brick. Burglar, burglar. Centrality, centrality. Compatible, compatible. Crucially, crucially. Dedicated to, dedicated to. Do, do. Dispenser, dispenser. Do away with, do away with. Fieldwork, fieldwork. Gasoline, gasoline. Generalization, generalization. Greenhouse, greenhouse. Harmonious, harmonious. Hay, hay. Step by step, step by step. Horrified, horrified. Inferiority, inferiority. Inspection, inspection. Intensify, intensify. Justified, justified. Keystone, keystone. Leather, leather. Midian, midian. Mold, mold. Moral agent, moral agent. Motorist, motorist. Mustard, mustard. Non-agricultural, non-agricultural. oral, oral. Pessimist, pessimist. Setback, setback. Side by side, side by side. Socialization, socialization. Specification, specification. Strangler, strangler. Subconscious, subconscious. Summarize, summarize. Surge, surge. Temporal, temporal. Thorough, thorough. Trapping, trapping. Unload, unload. Uphold, uphold. Walnut, walnut. Ward, ward. On the basis of, on the basis of. Aesthetics, aesthetics. Addict, addict. Addict, addict. Adjustment, adjustment. Net profit, net profit. Approve, approve. Attendance, attendance. Bear, bear. Be unlikely to, be unlikely to. Be unlikely, be unlikely. Part 2. Day 18. Book review, book review. Buzz, buzz. Come into, come into. Commerce, commerce. Completion, completion. Unnoticed, unnoticed. Episode, episode. Exhaustion, exhaustion. Feed on, feed on. Grief, grief. Guardian, guardian. In comparison to, in comparison to. In favor of, in favor of. Indirectly, indirectly. Inhabitant, inhabitant. Jungle, jungle. Keep track of, keep track of. Late fee, late fee. Move forward, move forward. Naked, naked. Nervousness, nervousness. Painkiller, painkiller. Parenting, parenting. Provide A with B, provide A with B. Put aside, put aside. Quarrel, quarrel. Rationally, rationally. Rehearse, rehearse. From within, from within. Sentiment, sentiment. Shatter, shatter. Skim, skim. Supply and demand, supply and demand. Take for granted, take for granted. Take away, take away. Take out, take out. Top priority, top priority. Unavoidable, unavoidable. Uncommon, uncommon. Unstable, unstable. Warranty, warranty. Alienation, alienation. Apply for, apply for. Attorney, attorney. Be attributed to, be attributed to. Be dependent on, be dependent on. Rattlesnake, rattlesnake. Be worth, be worth. Beetle, beetle. Bold, bold. Bulletin, bulletin. Centralized, centralized. Clarify, clarify. Combustion, combustion. Competitively, competitively. Confirmation, confirmation. Constraint, constraint. Conviction, conviction. Cube, cube. Curriculum, curriculum. Diabetes, diabetes. Distortion, distortion. Dominance, dominance. Empirical, empirical. Empower, empower. Erase, erase. Execute, execute. Extrinsic, extrinsic. Generic, generic. Goat, goat. Handcuff, handcuff. Holy, holy. Hydrogen, hydrogen. Identification, identification. Ignorant, ignorant. Improvise, improvise. Indecision, indecision. Infrastructure, infrastructure. Instinctive, instinctive. Journalism, journalism. Juror, juror. Kitten, kitten. Masculine, masculine. Maturity, maturity. Nectar, nectar. Orientation, orientation. Parasite, parasite. Patriot, patriot. Penetrate, penetrate. Peruse, peruse. Physicist, physicist. Plentiful, plentiful. Pottery, pottery. Predictability, predictability. preschool, 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 preschool. Probe, probe. Pronunciation, pronunciation. Recite, recite. Render, render. Reproductive, reproductive. Part 2. Day 19. Savage, savage. Scare, scare. Screenplay, screenplay. Self-confidence, self-confidence. Signature, signature. Skeptical, skeptical. Stereotype, stereotype. Stubborn, stubborn. Substitution, substitution. Successive, successive. Suitable for, suitable for. That's too bad, that's too bad. Thereafter, thereafter. Transgenic, transgenic. Unreasonable, unreasonable. Venomous, venomous. Visualize, visualize. Adore, adore. Animation, animation. Appear in, appear in. At best, at best. Be aimed at, be aimed at. Title, title. Be engaged in, be engaged in. Be poor at, be poor at. Beforehand, beforehand. Blackboard, blackboard. On the line, on the line. By accident, by accident. By heart, by heart. Spire, spire. Collision, collision. Controversy, controversy. Cookbook, cookbook. Curl, curl. Cynical, cynical. Developmental, developmental. Come together, come together. Drastically, drastically. Driveway, driveway. Drop by, drop by. Ecologist, ecologist. End up in, end up in. Enter into, enter into. Errand, errand. Escalator, escalator. Fashionable, fashionable. Genuinely, genuinely. Gigantic, gigantic. Glorious, glorious. Growing season, growing season. Gulf, gulf. Hardness, hardness. Harbor, harbor. Biodiesel, biodiesel. Intellect, intellect. Interdependent, interdependent. Break with, break with. Laborer, laborer. Little more than, little more than. Loyalty, loyalty. Luckily, luckily. Make progress, make progress. Misbehave, misbehave. Firefly, firefly. Neuroscientist, neuroscientist. Plan on, plan on. Populate, populate. Portable, portable. Province, province. Rapport, rapport. Resemblance, resemblance. Rhythmic, rhythmic. Run out of, run out of. Scold, scold. Scoop, scoop. A small number of, a small number of. Adolescence, adolescence. Advocacy, advocacy. Apparel, apparel. Appropriately, appropriately. As such, as such. At birth, at birth. At large, at large. Authenticity, authenticity. Be apt to, be apt to. Be obliged to, be obliged to. Book fair, book fair. Bureaucracy, bureaucracy. Cab, cab. Call on, call on. Carton, carton. Categorization, categorization. Caterpillar, caterpillar. Chapel, chapel. Chill, chill. Citizenship, citizenship. Coherent, coherent. Colonial, colonial. Come along, come along. Part 2. Day 20. Communal, communal. Communicative, communicative. Conformity, conformity. Conscience, conscience. Consist of, consist of. Continuity, continuity. Converge, converge. Cowboy, cowboy. Crew member, crew member. Cropland, cropland. Curiously, curiously, deadly, deadly, deem, deem, deviance, deviance, dilute, dilute, discern, discern, doctoral, doctoral, domesticate, domesticate, draw out, draw out, droop, droop, dynamics, dynamics, ethnocentrism, ethnocentrism, everlasting, everlasting, factual, factual, feminine, feminine, fertilizer, fertilizer, fiercely, fiercely, flatter, flatter, freelance, freelance, fridge, fridge, geothermal, geothermal, get rid of, get rid of, given that, given that, grid, grid, herb, herb, hesitancy, hesitancy, high-tech, high-tech, in accordance with, in accordance with, in line with, in line with, insofar as, insofar as, incompatible, incompatible, incubate, incubate, indulge, indulge, informant, informant, injustice, injustice, installation, installation, intently, intently, interruption, interruption, intrude, intrude, legislation, legislation, lettuce, lettuce, long range, long range, loosely, loosely, make the point, make the point, manipulation, manipulation, manuscript, manuscript, mason, mason, membrane, membrane, merge, merge, misuse, 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 namely, namely, numerical, numerical, obligation, obligation, oblige, oblige, on board, on board, osmosis, osmosis, paddle, paddle, pajamas, pajamas, paddle, paddle, pinion, pinion, poisoning, poisoning, policy making, policy making, pollinator, pollinator. Potent, potent. Preoccupy, preoccupy. Racist, racist. Reconstruct, reconstruct. Rectangle, rectangle. Refer to A as B. Refer to A as B. Refinement, refinement. Rod, rod. Salient, salient. Sarcasm, sarcasm. Scheme, scheme. Screech, screech. Self-fulfillment, self-fulfillment. Psychologically, psychologically. Pumpkin, pumpkin. Rebuild, rebuild. Recession, recession. Relevance, relevance. Revelation, revelation. Room temperature, room temperature. Rosy, rosy. Saint, saint. Scanner, scanner. Seep, seep. Self-centered, self-centered. Slum, slum. Social loafing, social loafing.